What an exciting match. Italy 24, France 73. Now, for a lot of this game, it looked like Italy were competitive. They scored some good tries, but then the sheer quality and just talent of France came through and they squashed Italy in the end. So, massive scoreline. And it's just great to watch a real exciting product where teams are both positive, they're attacking in different ways, they're not just booting the ball. It was just good fun to watch and yet a great advert for rugby. So let's go through this match. Welcome to this video supported by Sports News Blitz. Check out their website and podcast. They've got some great Six Nations content. Now, straight away in the first 10 minutes, it was a good contest. Italy were well up for this. They're at home. No, they know they've got a good team. Italy have the chance to go ahead with Aldrit being a bit dozy, standing up in a passing lane, but Allen pushes it well wide. But Italy are pouring onto the ball. Lorenzo Canone is fast becoming one of my favourite players, the number 8, smashing the tackles, the dynamic carries. He's a really good player. On 9 minutes, we see the first hint of France's talent. We've got the young winger, Atasogbe, who does a lovely little soft grubber to avoid the tackle from the 9 Pajreo. And he regathers and feeds Leo Barry, who's an absolute unbelievable player. Looks like he scored a worldie of a try, but the pass initially from Ramos was forward. So Italy escape there, and they actually score next. It's off that forward pass scrum they actually score. First phase move, really impressive, but you've got to say some terrible defending as well. Nice little pot ball, nice line from Menoncello, the inside centre, but Moefana and Barassi are just looking at each other. I think Barassi gives him a little tickle as he goes through, so that wasn't good defending, and Sean Edwards will probably need to learn some French swear words quickly, some more French swear words in that half-time team talk, because that wasn't pretty. 7-0. And they do say if you're going to design an inside centre or a centre full stop, you would design it like Menoncello. He looks like he has it all. So first blood to Italy, but France strikes straight back as the game explodes. And to be honest, Dupont, I think, actually does fumble the ball forwards. Like in the old days, you would call it a knock-on for sure, but the ref says it went a little bit backwards. So a little bit lucky as Italy switch off, but they square it up 7-7. Italy's attacking shape is looking good. The contrast between the teams is quite stark actually. Italy use a really rigid attacking pattern, very clever, lots of passes to try and break down teams, whereas France tend to use individual brilliance, offloads. No, perfectly good ways of attacking both of them, just very different though. Really interesting there. So anyway, Italy's attacking shape is causing problems for France. Those little soft passes are just stopping France getting big shots on them, and they force a penalty, and it's 10-7. Italy have the lead again. On 20 minutes, France have a penalty advantage, and Dupont has Akers to kick into for a crossfield kick try. Big dead ball as well, but quite a bad kick actually. So he had a bit of a shaky start, to be fair to him, but he definitely came back into it. But from the penalty, 5-metre maul, and just the size of that French pack was too much for Italy. I think they said in the graphic over 50 kilograms as a pack difference, which is a lot in international rugby. So that is 10-14. Lovely conversion from Ramos, who again kicked like an absolute dream. I mean, you've had to have him in your fancy team if you're playing that, because the French players racked up loads. Yeah, a little note on the fullback, Leo Barry. He is absolutely phenomenal. He's an Olympic athlete, essentially. He looks like an Olympic athlete with the skills of a rugby player. The stepping, the offloading, the big kick. He is going to get more and more starts for France. The tricky thing is you can't drop Ramos, who's amazing with his kicking. So at the moment, Ramos at 10 makes a lot of sense. So watch out for teams in rounds 4 and 5 facing Leo Barry, because surely he's going to start again. And he's involved in the next try, stepping and offloading to BL Barry. He goes inside to Dupont for a fantastic try. So that promising start from Italy is just starting to drift away, but to be fair, they come back with another great flowing attack on 27 minutes. It's Capuosu who steps Dupont and Muvaka, and the ball flashes wide, and it's the big second row breaking through. Nicola Canone had a good game, switching to Brex, who goes under the stick. So great to watch from Italy as well. Really good game at this point, about half an hour in. So it is 17-21. But Dupont comes to life, and what he does off the base so well is he just breaks a little bit. He's so quick, he sucks players in, and then he feeds the big massive forwards. Again, it's nothing clever, particularly in the setup. It's just so hard to stop. And then the forwards often get a little offload, and it's so simple and direct, but you're always getting the defence going backwards. Another of these small breaks sucks in Canone, and it's Budenhunt who powers through. So a great try, and just so difficult to stop because you know what's coming, but you can't do a lot about it. So half an hour in, bonus point already. But to be fair, it's a pretty good half for Italy. They're running these attacking phases really nicely. They nearly score again but can't quite get it. But France do get the final try, which is a bit of a killer blow. They're not running these pretty shapes of Italy, like I say, but those extra power yards, those offloads, making ground. And again, it's Dupont just breaks off a couple of these, and it's the star Leo Barry again galloping through. He's absolutely phenomenal, and kicking perfection from Ramos. So that is 17-35 at half-time. Quite a gap, and then it is a quick fire 3 tries after half-time, and the game is gone. First one, 5 minutes in, they charge down a Page Rayo box kick, and Aldrit powers over. I think at this point Italy know the game's gone and their adrenaline's just dipping a little bit as they fall off the pace. Atazogbi breaks wide right and a lovely little flip inside to Biel Barry. I mean, these guys are classic, quick, skillful wingers, and overdrifting for Italians as they're just losing their shape. 17-47, and the party starts from here on, to be honest. Breaks, offloads, everything's sticking. Dupont shows his sevens wheels, goes under the post. 17-52. Then Italy pick it up a little bit and show some fight. They come back with a really good drive the length of the pitch, a really good multi-phase play, and Garbisi eventually dummies and goes over. So that's some good resistance there at least, but that is the last resistance as France hit back straight away again with another breathtaking try. Good break from Ramos. 2 nice offloads off the floor, because that continuity, France, it's just drilled into them. If you can offload off the floor, do it, keep it going. Different to some other teams. Biel Barry, soft grubber, lovely soft grubber, and he feeds to Barry with a fantastic try there. That is 24-61. It's just such a great game, so entertaining, especially if you're neutral. Not so much for an Italian, I guess, but you've got to appreciate the rugby being played. And then the second to last try is pure one-on-one skills from Atazogbi as he goes from a standing start and he steps the replacement Trula and he hands off Capozzo for another try. 24-68, and there's time for one more for the road. Barassi finishes off another unstoppable onslaught. There's no point describing them all in detail because they're just so good. 24-73, the game was gone a long time ago and it's party time for France. That's what they can do. Again, they'll be thinking, well, if only we'd executed a few more against England, they'd be 3 from 3, but goodness me, if France play like this against the final 2 teams in rounds 4 and 5, they're going to be so hard to stop. So great performance by France away from home. Lots of different players involved and they all stood up and they rolled on 6 forward subs at once and they were all great. Like big second row Meafu bumping off people, offloading. Fantastic stuff, fantastic talent allowed to express itself. You gotta love it. Pop all those comments below about France and Italy. Do subscribe, do like, and I'll catch you next time.